Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the latest chapter of Ars Magica, taken from the subreddit HFY. All the relevant links are down below, and please like, comment, and subscribe like any good minion of the algorithm would do. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. I would just like to thank the following Tier 5 patrons and channel members for supporting the channel: Fallen Angel, Buzz Kennington, Data Magnet, and Bob the Dragon. Thank you again. And now, on to the story. Chapter number 4. The eyes don't look like they're attached to anything, but they're just, watching us. They don't seem to be moving, but God, do they creep me out. The eyes are so big, it's like I can see their blood vessels pumping, which is weird considering they're not really attached to anything. Just don't think about it, Dave. That way probably lies madness. I continue forward, not looking at anything in particular. I could hear Stein growling softly, but I ignored it. If he's not outright attacking, they're probably just predators of opportunity. I slowly walk forward through the darkness, ignoring any sights, sounds, and focusing on the motion of my body, the feeling of it moving, how my skin touches the air of the slight chill that I feel. How my feet can feel a bit of an echo when stepping. How my breath is long, deep, and controlled. The rhythm of my steps. Water dripping. Wind pulsing against my, wind. I opened my eyes to find a few new sights. One was that I could see sunlight. Normal, everyday sunlight. It poked through the cabin entrance, leaving behind shadows trading further into the darkness. It shone through the green trees, leaving behind a sense of fullness within my body. The sun was also shining upon the grass, showing water droplets spread throughout. Morning dew, I realized. Trees seemed to be surrounded at the edge of the cabin entrance, with a couple ivies trying to climb along the sides. The entrance seemed to be in the side of the hill or mountain, judging by how the entrance was flat coming out. The second thing I noticed was that there was a log update. Through proximity to powerful beings and not crumbling under the pressure of their gaze, you've received the skill Mental Resistance. Through controlling your responses for an extended period of time, you have gained the skill Emotional Control. Through the cancellation of your senses and the focus on your internals, you have gained the skill Meditate. Congratulations on finding a way out of dormant caverns through dumb luck. For that, you've received +1 luck. Quest finish, get out of dormant cave. Rewards, 100 experience added. Received 10 GP. For completing the quest, you have earned the skill Mapping. Bonus objective completed. No kills. For completing quest without killing, you've gained the skill Survival Instincts. Well, it seems I was in danger with those eyeballs. Also, glad I got confirmation that I'd left the caverns. Really helps. Also, I got a bunch of new skills today, as well as a small map in the top corner. Cool. Probably need to check them out, along with the others I put off, as well as to see if I can turn off the, I can turn the map off and on. That'll help to see things better in my peripheral when I want to. But where's the, no, there's a small pack on the floor. That's, I open it up and, yep, there's 10 gold coins in there. How the hell did this get you? Well, the answer's pretty simple, but the execution is not. I just don't know about this, wait, Stein. Quickly, I look behind me to find the wolf fainted on the ground mere inches from the entrance. The eyes seem to be dragging him back with them. Tentacles? Ah, hell no. You're taking away the thing that saved my life. Quickly dragging myself away from the sight of the outside world, I rush back into the darkness. The eyes have looked up from their prey and noticed me running straight towards them. I can, hear them screeching in my head. It's so loud I think I might faint, but I have to push through it. I managed to keep myself in a straight line, heading directly towards them, and once I get close enough, I realize what they actually are. They aren't just eyes. Their eyes are made of teeth, plates gnashing in hunger. There's no tongue or anything, just an empty darkness in their mouths. It's surrounded by tentacles jutting out from them, each with a couple protrusions coming out from them, wriggling, writhing. Putting aside my fear and hesitation, I plow my fist straight into them. There's a bit of resistance that I can feel as the teeth that makes up the eye cave in slightly before I hear a crack and the resistance fades. My hand goes straight through into their darkness. I can feel my skin tingling. It's like pins and needles, but I need to pull through this. I grasp around for something, anything, and I can feel it brush against my fingers. Something beating. I squeeze it as hard as I can, hearing my mind a faint pop as one of the screams vanishes. The eye that I was fighting falls limp against my arms, and I pull it right out. The thing plops on the ground, and I notice the state my arm it's in. I can see the fricking bone and sinew, and it's covered with blood. That's not good. The thing is, my HP hasn't gone down in the slightest, which is just weird. Doesn't matter right now though, got other things to deal with. The other two are closing in. Before I have a chance to even approach them, I feel another scream grow through my head. This one is much louder. I can't tell which one is doing it, but I can just feel my mind tearing. If I don't do something soon, I'm literally going to have my brain splayed. Quickly, I move my feet in the direction of the nearest one and kick for the thing's misshapen face, causing it to fall to the floor. This one was much easier to tear through, but even then, it isn't down. I might need to crash whatever I did before to get them to stay down for good. So I just begin stomping on it, its tentacles flailing wildly, batting at my body. After a couple stomps, it stills, but I felt a sharp pain in my back. The last one is biting my goddamn shoulder. I could feel the teeth sink in. They must have been serrated too, considering I felt something tearing the muscle in my shoulder. The pain probably would have been immeasurable if I could still think about it, but I think that maybe the adrenaline just was pumping too hard for me to notice. Turning towards the final thing, I stare directly into its teeth. I scream as I run towards it. Its eye somehow changes to that of fear before running back towards the sanctity of the darkness. I breathe slowly, deeply, trying to get oxygen that I used to do all the time. God damn, I didn't think I had it in me. I was insane. I think it was the first time I ever killed something, without being an insect or something. Oh God, is that even my blood? I didn't feel too proud of that either, especially since I threw up whatever was in my stomach. Crab, just breathe. God, I think I'm fine. Is Stein good? I'll look over to the wolf. He doesn't seem to be injured too. There's blood coming out of his ears, and his fur is a little torn up. Frick! I don't even know if he's dead or not. His heart's still beating, but I can't even tell if his head is all there anymore or not. From what I felt, those things just loved tearing apart my mind. I can't even know if what they did to him was worse. Wait, I need to check the log. I might have gotten something useful, somehow. I don't know. For killing something on the first time, you receive +1 strength. Congratulations on killing a creature of a much higher level than you skillfully. For all that, you receive 10 levels, +5 dex and +1 strength. Congratulations on killing multiple mindbreakers. For all that, you receive +5 to wisdom, 10 more levels, as well as a new title, Defender of the Mind. For the intimidating and causing fear in a creature higher level than you get the ability, Aura of Fear. For thinking fast and using fast reactions, you've earned +5 dex. Damn! Nothing here seemed helpful to the current situation. Could I use Observe on Stein to see what's wrong with him? Nothing hurts to try. Okay. I don't have the high enough level to see exactly what's wrong with him. All I can see is that his name that I gave him, his species, and his current health, which seems incredibly low. He almost had 250 health, and now it's down to 35. That's a big decrease. Speaking of which, how did I even survive that encounter? I was a lower level, and I don't necessarily have, Wait. Did I defeat their attempts into my mind with my high intelligence or wisdom? Only thing I can think of. All right, enough debating. I need to get him out of the goddamn cave to a shelter. Slowly, I bend down and I try to lift him up. It's hard work, and I can't necessarily pull him completely off the floor. I can only drag him. Thank God for that. +5 to my strength. Wait, is the system controlling my body somehow? Never mind that. Questions about the validity of my actions can wait. Life is more important than philosophy right now. I slowly try and drag him towards the nearest tree. His body, though heavy, has fur that can act as a sort of cushion against the ground. Reduces friction somehow. Anyway, I gotta figure out a way to heal him. Is there a magical plant nearby? Observing my surroundings, I can only tell that there is a variety of trees for a second, before an update tips me the leveling of Observe. Instantly, the trees have much more detail added to their tags, even indicating how old they are and what type of tree they are. I look at more, hoping to get another level, but nothing seems to happen. Maybe I need to look at progressively more complicated things to be able to level up this easier. I switch my gaze from the trees to the other plants in the area. Surprisingly, as soon as I look at a purple one, I get a notification about Observe leveling again. Just like that, from one flower. Why? The tag now lists its species and effect because, apparently, plants have effects now. It's a twilight rose, apparently. It has dual affinities, which causes insects that try to touch it to burn or freeze depending on the time. Guess it's special because it also has conflicting affinities like me. I mean, it sounds like a good plant to take, but I don't necessarily want to freeze myself. Otherwise, I might just burn from the inside out if I tried to eat it for the affinity. Still nothing helpful for Stein, but this new level is at least helpful, considering it gives an object its traits. Might find one that gives regeneration or something. I keep looking around the immediate area, but I see nothing. There's absolutely nothing here that has the properties that I'm looking to find. There could be further into the forest, but I don't want to leave Stein behind. That would be irresponsible of me to do. Wait, could I, if I have life affinity, could I just let Stein drink some of my blood and he'll be better? I mean, that could happen, but it's also just as likely for my decay element or something to activate on him. The only option I can see right now is that somehow get really good magic really fast, but that's not feasible. Maybe I can treat the body and let him sleep off the effects. He'll get better. I remember a while back that sleep is good at maintaining brain function and helping it operate. It's the best thing that I can do right now, I suppose. I keep pulling his body towards the tree before letting Stein lean against it with his side. I inspect him for any obvious injuries, and for those I don't see. I cast Observe to see the whole picture clearer. Thankfully, there's only really one place where he's actually really injured. It looks like somehow those tentacles had managed to tear up his side and a long gash along his ribs. Oh God, don't think I could do this. I was never good at blood weight. Wait, I just remembered. I got a bunch of new skills. Let's see what they are. New skills. Stacked in your favor, level max stat ability. Cost no AP. A skill that is given to those who have placed their lives in the hands of luck. Whenever you play games at chance, you have a 25% higher chance of winning. Lucky influence, level max, stat ability. Cost 0 AP. A skill that passes on 50% of your total luck, either negative or positive, to an ally's or enemy's luck stat. Remembrance, level max, stat ability. Cost 0 AP. A skill which states that your mind is sharp as a tack. Anything that you have done, even from before the skill was earned, can be recalled perfectly. Mental Resistance, level 7. 77 out of 100%. Cost no AP to 2 AP. There are always things which wish to enter your mind. Their purpose for doing so can be many. Most often than not, it's mostly malicious purposes which spur them to do so, either to rend, shape, or obliterate it. This skill will help you reduce those effects by a steady percentage based on the level of the skill as well as the opponent's. Emotional Control, level 2, 47 out of 100. Cost 0 AP. Sometimes situation can call for tact, a calm mind, and a rational judgment. In those situations, emotions are a hassle, whether they are positive or not. This skill will help you take control of them in whatever way you want, whether that means dampening or amplifying. Meditate, level 4, 81 out of 100%. Cost 10 MP. Meditation is an art form that is all but mistranslated in the medium of culture. People often think that meditation is simply quieting your mind and listening to your body. That is not the case. For those who have the skill, they know the truth. Meditation allows those who practice it to slowly recover from mental and physical trauma, as well as allows easier channeling of magical energies to flow throughout your body. Mapping, level 1, 20 out of 100%. Cost 0 AP. The skill is a must for all those that desire to know where they are. In effect, this skill allows you to see where you are and where you've been at all times. With higher levels comes higher information from it. Survival Instincts, level 2, 55 out of 100%. Cost 0 AP. Sometimes there are going to be things that are going to try and kill people. Sometimes they'll target you for the next kill. This skill is essential in figuring out if someone is currently doing this. As the level goes up, the sooner the notice is given to the holder. Aura of Fear, level 1, 50 out of 100%. Cost 3 AP. Fear is a primal emotion that most things have in the world. It governs all thought. Whenever it pops up, it almost leaves the thing in which it experiences it not coherent in the slightest. This skill allows those who have it to spread fear in a range of 30 meters to those who mean to do harm to the user. Fair warning, this is a mind-altering ability, so those who have mental resistance or greater emotional control have a fair chance of being unaffected. Okay, Survival Instincts looks good for this kind of situation. Might be able to tell what's poisonous and what's medicine. Alright, this grass looks like a makeshift bandage. Alright, it's done. It's held together with sticks and twine, but it'll do for now. I doubt that he would need it for long anyway, if he can find some magic plant or something. Wait, something's not right here. My bars are full. I mean, I didn't use any magic or abilities, but why didn't I lose any health? I can clearly see... my hand's better. There's only slight bruising now. My flesh has already grown back. It must be the life affinity benefit. Guess that explains why the system was talking about growths. If this affinity causes hyperregeneration, it's no exaggeration that there's going to be extra flesh and other stuff growing. I'm just not too sure about the brain falling apart bit. Why would regeneration cause something like that? I mean, I'm glad I got this kind of body now, but how the hell is it doing this? Nanobots? Actual magic? I need to find someone, anyone, to find an actual conversation to talk to about this. Till then, I guess I have to stick with Stein. I rub my hand through his fur, sitting down next to him. His breathing is no longer ragged, and it doesn't seem like he's having nightmares anymore. Slowly, but surely he'll get better. Maybe I should get something for him when he wakes up. But I could try and cook those things. Can't let good meat go to waste after all. Just need to make a fire. How do I, I guess that problem's solved. I just know how to make one using materials around me now, which is weird, considering that I thought I needed a special rock or something. But how did it, remembrance. Now that I have perfect memory, I can just remember exactly how to make a bowline. Just need to find the string or, I can just rip up plant fiber. Perfect. I set out to my task, putting any loose grass and tree bark that I can find in the underbrush. I rip and tear until I have a pile of plant stuff. Next, I should just tie them together in a helix kind of shape, tighten it, add some spit and blood to make it stick together. Grab some sticks, tie the string along one end, and make a loop around the second stick. Then I take the rest of the plant fiber and put it in a little divot inside the tiny log. Now I just rub vigorously. Ow! Splinters are hell. Okay, sun's setting over the trees, if I can see that right. Need to do this a bit faster before I can't see what I'm doing. Bracing myself against the ground, I rub the bow quickly while applying pressure to the top of the stick with plant fiber as well. Don't necessarily have any wood leak tools, so I can't make any smooth top wood but to hold on to. After a couple minutes, there's a spark. It's not really catching, so I have to keep doing this. Then a spark finally catches. Quickly, I take some loose sticks and pile them around in a log cabin style. Making a little room lets the heat get trapped easier. I leave a little hole in the side though, so that I can blow into it. As the fire slowly rises, I leave it behind for a minute to gather more fuel. Eventually, the fire seems big enough to cook something over, and I have enough spare wood to keep it going for the long term. Now I just need to make a spinner. Unfortunately, I don't remember ever doing one before, so I don't know how. I do know that what I need is first though is a couple of stands. I grab a bunch of big sticks, about 8, and arrange them into 2 teepees, tied together with plant fibers, and plant them firmly in the ground. Okay, I've got the stands, now I need the spinning thing. Now I just need a long stick and more rope fiber. I gather the materials. I don't really have the time to make it professionally, and I'll probably need to sand down the handle later, but it's done for now. Congratulations on creating something without knowing how to. For that, you earn skill crafting. Didn't expect to get a skill from that, but I'm glad I did. Means I'll probably get a bonus to making new things, and all the things I make to work a little better with more work. For correctly knowing what the skill did, without looking it up, you gain +1 int. Guess you can do that. Anyways, focusing on the food right now, I head towards the entrance of the cave where the corpses lie. Remarkably, they're not too difficult to lift. Might mean that there might not be much meat on here, or it could be because I have absurd strength now. Don't know. But some meat is better than no meat, in my opinion. After that, I guess I just go to find fruits and vegetables for a balanced diet. But that's the long game. Need to make sure that we're taken care of for now. I'm able to carry both of the corpses of the MBs to the fire and tie them to the stick with some loose plant fiber. Usually, a spit roast is 2-man operation, I think, given how long the stick is. But I can just lift one end of the stand and then lift the other, while only focusing on one corpse at a time. But I need something better than that. I need to make a knife. That way I could cut out little chunks that I want to eat. Thankfully, I can just put this on the fire since the thing doesn't seem to have any scales or fur. It was just a giant blob of flesh. That's good and bad, considering I need clothes. But I didn't even know how to peel off the fur in the first place, so I'd say it's a net good. If all else fails, I could just try and make myself leaf clothing. While rotating the spit, I might as well use some of the menu stat points to get better, rounder array of stats. I add 4 strength, 420, as well as to add 3 to wisdom and add 5 to dexterity, so that the total is 25. And, if my calculations are correct, for gaining wisdom 25, you've earned skill perception. For gaining dexterity of 25, you've earned skill accuracy. Nice. I was right. Don't know what those skills are about, but I could test that later. I currently have 53 points in total. I could divvy it out so that each stat would be at or above 25, and I'd get a skill for each of them, but something is telling me to wait on that. I don't know how things work in this world. I don't know if I'm even making the right choices. I was never too good at too many choices. I'll just keep the points I have and spend them later. Alright, the first one seems to be good. Usually, if it's slightly burnt on the outside, the insides are nice and a little bit seared. I'll leave that one to Stain. It was the bigger one of the two after all. I pulled a stick off and slid the meat down and put it in front of Stain. I'm sure he'll appreciate it when he wakes up. Anyways, I got the food problem sorted. Nice. Now I just need to find mortar. Now, how am I going to bring it back to the camp that we got here? I don't have any cups or anything, not even a thermos. I could always try and support Stein to the water, but I don't know if his side will hurt too bad to walk. With any luck, with how green everything is around here, there's probably a river, a lake, or it might just rain a lot. I can make a rain catcher, but I want to know if it's worth it or not before I do. I'll just worry on the problem when Stein wakes up. In the meantime, I could try and meditate while doing something. With any luck, I could do that while maybe putting together my leaf clothes or something. With that, I get up, gather some leaves and sit by Stein. I try to meditate like before, but it isn't working as well. I think meditate only works if I'm not moving at all, or if I'm using simple, repetitive motions. Might become better with leveling or something. I don't know. I notice that through the darkness of the dawn, the moon is coming out over the horizon. Wow, even though I can't see much through the trees, I can tell one thing. That is big, bigger than the one I'm used to. Sitting high in the sky, partially shrouded by the forest, it lies there, where our moon would be like the size of your thumb tip if you looked up at it in the sky. This one's size is basically my entire hand, and I think that I can see tinier one orbiting it, or something. Oh, also, probably the most important thing to note, that there's not really white. Well, one is, but the other is just a light shade of blue, almost like the color of an evening sky. Wow, this right here. No matter if it's a skill or not, it's a good place to meditate. I slowly sit down beside Stan and lean my head towards the heavenly bodies. What do I do now? I got out the cabins, where there were probably monsters or something. I've got a tag-along friend with me. I can relatively survive fairly well out here, unless there's more of those creeps stalking about. I don't even, wait. The system all this time has references to other people. I guess it's just a question of what state those other people are in. What do they have, and could they help me figure out what's going on with me? I need to find civilization. Quest received. Quest, find civilization. Reward, local language skill. New class options, and 100 GP. Failure. Death. Take quest, yes or no. Sure, I'll take it. Next logical step anyway. Why does it say I'll die though? I have a nice reliable source of food from the woods. It's going to at least rain at some point, so I can get water. I mean, it's not like there's going to be another goddamn monster from my nightmare. Oh god. Did I just feel a rumble? End of chapter. And that, my friends, concludes this video. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you do, please consider supporting the author, even by popping over and leaving a thumbs up or a nice comment, just to show your appreciation for the story. However, if you wish to support this channel, there are links down below which will help immensely. I will see you all in the next one, and until then, I hope that you have a fantastic day. Cheers.